Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series, where I predict how every men's college basketball tournament will play out as I go round by round and pick winners based on my projections. Next up is the ACC. And before I get to my predictions, I'm going to look back on my preseason predictions on how this season would play out. In first place, I had the Louisville Cardinals. They ended up coming in third. In second place, I had the UNC Tar Heels, who came in last, 15th. Third place, I had Virginia, who came in second. Fourth place, I had Duke, who came in fourth. Fifth, I had Notre Dame, who came in seventh. Sixth, I had Florida State, who actually won the ACC outright title. Eighth, I had Miami, who came in 10th. Notre Dame actually came in 8th because Georgia Tech finished above them and they were banned from the tournament. I had NC State in 7th and they came in 5th. Miami 8th, who came in 10th. Clemson, I had in 9th, they came in 9th. 10th, I had Syracuse, who came in 7th. I had Wake 11th, who came in 13th. 12th, I had Boston College, who came in 11th. 13th, I had Pitt, who came in 14th. 14th, I had Virginia Tech, who came in 12th. And then 15th place, and then last, I had Georgia Tech, who actually surprised and came in 5th this year, which is an absolute stunner, and they're banned from the tournament. So that's why I thought they'd be in so much trouble this year. But hey, they had a nice year, but they're obviously banned from the conference tournament. And without further ado, here are my predictions for this conference tournament. All right, first round tomorrow, late afternoon, 4:30 ACC Network. 12-seeded Wake Forest versus 13-seeded Pitt. Pitt 15-16, 6-14 on the year. Wake Forest 13-6 on the year, 6-14 in conference play. Neither of these teams are good this season, but each of them have had moments throughout the year. The Panthers, I feel, are the slightly better team. This could be the final game for Danny Manning as the Demon Deacons coach. So the pick here is Pitt, and I have them projected as a half-point favorite. 14-seeded North Carolina versus 11-seeded Virginia Tech, 7 o'clock ACC Network. Carolina 13-18 on the year, 6-14 in conference play. Virginia Tech 16-15 on the year, 7-13 in conference play. The Tar Heels have been the most disappointing team perhaps in the country this season, and with Cole Anthony back and healthy, they have a chance to win this game and make a somewhat nice run in this conference tournament. The Hokies had moments this year in Mike Young's first season. I think the Hokies actually win this game courtesy of Landers Nolly III in what should be a close game, and Carolina's been prone to losing close games all season long. So the pick here is Virginia Tech, as I have been projected as a 1-point favorite. Second round, Wednesday, March 11th, 12 o'clock, ESPN, 9-seeded Miami versus 8-seeded Clemson. Miami 15-15 on the year, 7-13 in conference play. Clemson 15-15 on the year, 9-11 in conference play. The pick is Clemson, and I have them as a 2-point favorite. 13-seeded Pitt versus 5-seeded NC State, 2:30 ESPN on Wednesday, March 11th. NC State 19-12 on the year, 10-10 in conference play. The pick is NC State, and I have them projected as a 6-point favorite. 10-seeded Boston College versus 7-seeded Notre Dame, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Boston College 13-18 on the year, 7-13 in conference play. Notre Dame 19-12 on the year, 10-10 in conference play. Both teams had moments throughout the season, but I think the Irish pull this one out as Jim Christian could be seeing his final game here with the Eagles. So the pick here is Notre Dame, and I have them projected as a 6-point favorite. 11-seeded Virginia Tech versus 6-seeded Syracuse, 9:30 ESPN2 on Wednesday, March 11th. Syracuse 17-14 in the year, 10-10 in conference play. The pick here is Syracuse, and I have them projected as a 3.5-point favorite. Quarterfinals, Thursday, 12 o'clock, ESPN or ESPN2. 8-seeded Clemson versus 1-seeded Florida State. Florida State 26-5 on the year, 16-4 in conference play. The pick here is Florida State, and I have them projected as a 12-point favorite. 5-seeded NC State versus 2-seeded Duke. Thursday, March 12th, 2:30 on either ESPN or ESPN2. Duke 25-6 on the year, 15-5 in conference play. And they're the 4 seed. I had them in my blog as a 2 seed, but that was a mistake. The Wolfpack beat the Blue Devils once this season, and I don't think the Blue Devils will lose to them twice in the same season. So the pick here is Duke, and I have them projected as an 8-point favorite. 7-seeded Notre Dame versus 2-seed Virginia, 7 o'clock on ESPN or ESPN2. Virginia on the season as the number 2 seed in this tournament. 23-7 on the year, 15-5 in conference play. The pick here is Virginia, and I have them projected as a 7.5-point favorite. 6-seeded Syracuse versus 3-seeded Louisville, 9:30 on either ESPN or ESPN2. Louisville 24-7 on the season, 15-5 in conference play. The pick here is Louisville, and I have them projected as an 8.5-point favorite over the Orange. Semifinal should be 2 good games here. Friday, March 13th, 7 o'clock on either ESPN or ESPN2, 4-seeded Duke versus 1-seeded Florida State. This is the de facto conference title game, since I strongly feel the winner of this game will win the auto bid. The Seminoles are for real, and I think it will show with the big-time victory over the Blue Devils in what should be a fun game. So the pick here is Florida State, and I have them projected as a 1.5-point favorite. 3-seeded Louisville versus 2-seeded Virginia, 9:30 on ESPN or ESPN2 on Friday, March 13th. This is a rematch of a game from this past weekend, which was a low-scoring and competitive game. I see a similar type of game for these two teams, except that I see Jordan Nwora being the best player on the court here for the Cardinals as they advance to the title game. So the pick here is Louisville, and I have them projected as a 0.5-point favorite. Championship game, Saturday night, March 14th, 8:30 ESPN, 3-seeded Louisville versus 1-seeded Florida State. This should be an excellent game between these conference foes. The Seminoles have an outside shot at a 1 seed in the Big Dance, depending on how other top teams do, as well as their own success here. With a balanced scoring attack led by Trent Forrest and Devin Vassell, I believe they'll win this conference tournament, as the Cardinals lined up a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, and Florida State with the outside chance of being a 1 seed and at worst possibly a 2 seed. So the pick here is the Florida State Seminoles to win the auto bid, and I have them projected as a 2-point favorite over Louisville. Next up, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, the MAAC, the MAC.